Hey guys, what's going on? It's William Smith, President Legacy Empowerment Group. I want to tell y'all a quick story because a lot of people out there, what they do is they wait when it comes to planning retirement. You're not the only person. It happens a lot actually. So what I did today actually is I got a scenario where I got two people, and what I did was I just took the two scenarios and I broke it down so you can see what happens, right? So guess what? We got two people, Michelle O and Keisha J. And what these people, they're both 50 years old. They're both making $126,000 a year. They both have $50,000 in their TSP. And look, they're both starting late. $50,000 in your TSP is not enough, but it's something you can work with, okay? And so, but what they did is they both took different actions after the age of 50. So what Keisha did, and what a lot of people I see, they take the same action as Keisha. They continue to put 5% in their TSP. They never change anything. And so if you're at $50,000 a year, $50,000 in your TSP, and you're putting 5% in there, you're estimated going to be at $206,287 when you go and retire at 62. And the retirement age for both of these people is 62 years old. So they have another 12 years to work. And so what is that $206,287? What does that really mean, right? And so what that means is if you take that and you were to annuitize that over a 20-year period, you're looking at take home every month of $1,141.25 for 20 years. That's what you're looking at. That money will last you 20 years, and that's how much it will pay out. Now, if you're Michelle, you're 50 years old, you got a late start, but then you start to take some advice and start to increase your salary, increase your TSP, maybe because your kids graduated from college, so you have more money now. If you took that 10%, again, same income, estimated to be at $317,235. What that comes out to over a 20-year period in an annuity is, or in the TSP, it could be annuity or TSP, you're looking at $1,754 a month. So that's a difference of about $600 just by putting an extra 5% in your TSP like Michelle did, okay? And that's $600 every month over the next 20 years. That's a lot of money, in retirement. So that's the first thing I recommend. The next thing is your FEGLI. Your FEGLI, once you turn 50, the thing starts to go up in cost. And so in this example, again, we got Michelle, we got Keisha. Keisha just keeps paying. She doesn't pay attention to her retirement, doesn't pay attention to anything, right? So she has 5 times her salary. And what that means is she would have $764,000 in coverage in the FEGLI. Now, she's currently paying $89 per pay because the FEGLI has a 5-year cost block. And so from 50 to 55, she'll pay $89 per pay, right? When she turns 55, that cost will go up to $156 per pay. Then when she turns 60, it will go to $345 per pay. I'm not even going to go beyond that because most people are going to drop it anyway, but it continues to rise. And then once she drops it, it then reduces all the way down to 25% of her salary, right? So look, what Michelle did was Michelle went out and got her own private plan. And that private plan, Michelle's only paying $81 per pay period now for the next 30 years. So from when she's 50 to she's 80 years old, she'll be paying $81 per pay. Or when she retires, you want to say $160 a month $81 per pay. Huge difference from what Keisha's paying. Now look, with this extra money that Keisha's saving, look, if you just look at even when she's 55 years old, when Michelle's 55 years old, she doesn't have to pay this $156 a month. She's saving $160 a month just in this. That money, you know where that could go? It could go here, into her TSP balance. Because 10% is not the max. She can go well above that. Just for this example, I just used 10%. That money, that savings can go here and increase this money even more, which will in essence increase this as well. So again, the first 2 points, you want to put as much in your TSP. You want to replace your FEGLI as soon as possible so you can avoid this disaster here. And then the third thing is very underrated but super important. You want to eliminate your housing costs as soon as possible when you're in retirement. And here's why. When you go into retirement, you're going to get 3 checks. And those checks, for the most part, are going to stay the same. The TSP is the only thing that has some flexibility. And so what you want to do is you want to eliminate as much debt as possible. And for most people, the biggest debt they're going to have is their housing costs. And so what I recommend to my clients is, look, if you can afford it, refinance to a 15-year mortgage when you're in your 50s, so that way when you retire, you got a paid off piece of real estate. And so in this case, let's take Michelle. Michelle has paid off her mortgage. She has no mortgage in retirement, and she has all that because she has no mortgage. She has equity in her home, and so if she ever needs excess cash, she can always go into her home for it. when she wants to leave a financial legacy for her family, like I know a lot of you want to do, you can leave the home to them. You know, you got to properly set it up in a will and all that type of stuff because you know how people fight. But in essence, you can still leave the house as a legacy, right? Then the next thing, when you look at Michelle, when you compare that to Keisha, Keisha has a $2,500 mortgage that she's still paying on. Then she has limited equity because she's still paying that mortgage. So, you know, if you want to retire on time, these are the 3 things you got to do if you're getting a late start. So again, I'm going to recap. You want to make sure you put as much money in your TSP as possible. You want to replace your FEGLI as soon as possible. And you want to pay off your real estate as soon as possible. You got to do these things if you're getting a late start. It's just extremely, extremely important because you're going to be limited in how much you take home. So with that, I hope that helps. If you have any further questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Me or one of my team members will get back to you with the answer. If you want even further conversation, click the link below, set up a consultation with us. We'll take as much time as necessary to help you get the answers that you deserve. And look, talk to you soon.